Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Matt Chat. It's the show where we solicit video questions from our good friendos on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve Larson. At the $20 Patreon mark, not only do you get to have your video question every week that you're a patron on here on Matt Chat, but also you get the Friendo Care Package, which is a fantastic little thing. It's like a comic book, some stickers, a poster, and a postcard. A couple of those things are signed by us, and it's a really fantastic deal. It's a great way to support Going In Raw, and you get something in return. We've got all sorts of other reward tiers. Check it out. But this is Matt Chat. I love this show so much because we have such a wide variety of friendos, all sorts of crazy characters and personalities. Hey, just like in the world of pro wrestling.
Exactly.
Who's our first Matt Chatter today, Larson?
Adam Mayhem. Let's see what Adam Mayhem has to say.
Great.
Buenas tardes, Friendo Universe, y bienvenidos to another edition of Chit Chat with the champ. Now, Steven Larson, quick debate question. We just saw that Shinsuke Nakamura got bit by a police dog for some reason in California. Now, debate this. What is the weirdest pro wrestling story that you've ever heard before? Have a good one, guys.
All right, now get out of here. Nobody wants you here. You're supposed to be banned from the office.
He's not banned!
He's not even supposed to be in this office. I don't know why.
And yet he was.
I don't know why you think that's acceptable.
It is acceptable.
Him going in our back room. July 7th, Colonial Theater, Sacramento, California. Joey Ryan versus Adam Mayhem versus Leva Bates for the H Championship, the Going In Raw H Championship. Wow, it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be great when either Joey Ryan or Leva Bates becomes the inaugural H champion. That belt to be defended in prestigious locations all over around the world. It'd be great. Anyways, what a weird guy. So, of course, weird pro wrestling stories.
Nakamura getting bit by a police dog is a pretty weird
That's
story.
pretty weird.
It's a pretty
I'll
weird
agree
story.
with Adam Mayhem on that one.
Pretty
Really weird. I'm going to go with, it's pro wrestling.
Countless weird stories.
Countless.
And the problem with a lot of them is, given a great deal of time that's passed since a lot of these stories has happened, it's hard to tell how much truth is in a lot of these tales versus myth.
Yeah. My favorite one, and it is fairly weird, although it really just boils down to a violent fight, but it deals with a man who is surrounded by weird tales in pro wrestling. Sid Vicious, Sid Udy,
Psycho
Sid. Of course, his infamous fight in a hotel hallway where him and Arn Anderson were stabbing each other with scissors. And I believe towards the end of the fight, Sid got the upper hand and was about to freaking put an end to Arn Anderson when he came to his senses. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a series of, I think a YouTube video which conglomerates a bunch of shoot interviews with everybody that was present for that. And I think at one point, Arn just said, "If you stab me again, you're going to kill me." And Sid actually understood that was the case, and he stopped stabbing him with scissors. There's another great one that I just found on
the squeegee one. Yeah,
I found it on the What Culture site about Sid trying to attack Brian Pillman with a squeegee, like from a gas station. So crazy, weird, oddball. A little bit of an oddball.
Yeah, it's interesting that Sid loves himself softball so much.
That is again kind of weird. Maybe
weird.
It's not weird. It's just odd.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's not weird to love softball.
No, it's not. I love softball,
but to take time off of your profession, which pays you a ton of money.
Yeah,
that's weird.
There's a lot of odd stories centered around Sid.
Yeah, another weird guy that there are tons of weird stories surrounding is the guy you're about to talk about.
Yeah, Vince McMahon. There's a lot.
Yeah.
The one that seems oddest to me is that he detests sneezing so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody who likes to sneeze. Yeah. It's a mild inconvenience.
Yeah.
But
I find it cathartic.
It can be.
Yeah.
But he finds it so detestable that people can't sneeze around him.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's like because he's a control guy. He likes control.
There's a
line, and he hates that the act of sneezing forces him to give up control over his person.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, you and I both have traits that could be considered control guy traits.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you ask my wife, and she'll think that, oh, you're so bossy. But I think, that's just her being a wife saying that stuff. But, I recognize that sneezing is an essential...
Some things are just out of your control.
Involuntary, function of the body that is necessary to eject whatever's going on
Allergens.
in there. Yeah.
Or if you got some sort of viral something happening in your respiratory system.
Bacteria.
It's out of your control.
Flotsam.
Your body does that to eject what it doesn't want from your person.
So weird. Yeah.
So it's in many senses, it's good for you probably to do that. However, if it is a viral issue, then what you're doing is spreading viruses everywhere. Unless you're a responsible person and cover your sneeze.
Well, that's what you should be doing.
Absolutely.
Do this.
Into your elbow.
Into the elbow.
If you do it in your hand, you're just getting the germs in your hand. You're going to spread it with your hand.
Yeah, you don't really go and do, unless you're like delivering a lariat or clothesline, then you might not want to sneeze here.
Sneeze in your shoulder.
In here in
the armpit shoulder area. Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
But to hate sneezing so much that it causes inconvenience not only for yourself but for other people.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit too much.
That's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much, yeah.
It just seems like a really mundane thing to get so upset about.
It's pretty weird.
It is weird.
Moving on. Oh, I love this. Unlike now, for a complete 180, there's Adam Mayhem, garbage face. And next up, here's Double J Joe Jensen. Ain't I great? Let's see his match chat question.
Steve, Larson, Double J, Joe Jensen. Ain't I great? My topic of discussion this week is my roommate. She's a casual fan. She watches pay-per-views. She doesn't watch Raw, SmackDown, or anything like that. But she does watch Total Bellas every week. And we all know that the John Cena-Nikki Bella breakup was a work. She knows it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. So my topic of discussion is, what are your favorite works in the history of wrestling? Let me know. Too Sweet, Hearty Handshake, Swig a Beer.
Thank you, Double J.
Thank you, Double J.
The real Double J right there.
Yeah.
Again, wrestling lore is filled with this gray area. Real, fake, work, shoot.
Yeah.
What's your favorite work?
Oh, my favorite. And this is kind of when I kind of got out of wrestling, following the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I believe right before the Attitude Era, I think I was on MTV. I used to watch a lot of MTV back when they actually had music on it.
Me too. It was great.
And they had a story about a documentary called I'm From Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Which, of course, is about Andy Kaufman and features quite a bit in there about his feud against Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, sure.
Now, if you watch that stuff now, it's obvious the whole thing's a work. However, in the early 80s, that thing seemed real, especially when they're showing up at Letterman and Lawler slapped the hell out of Andy Kaufman. I love that whole story. I think it's wildly entertaining. Kaufman was hilarious. Lawler played a good foil to his antics.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then when they had that match and Lawler gave him 2 pile drivers, whatever, man.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's, historically speaking, that's got to be my favorite.
I'll be honest, like I'm going to give you another one, but that might actually be my favorite too, just because anything, man, that felt so real.
It did.
I'm just going to start piggybacking on yours, but like, that's one thing that I am sad that I would never get to experience myself.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, in certain parts of the country, and I honestly believe, not because the people were like, but because of how they wrestled, because of the personalities, because of the way the promotions would treat their stories, I think people thought some of that stuff was real.
Well, I think it was, if you look at wrestling in say the NWA or in Memphis or in other parts of the country versus what you saw in WWF at the time, I mean, WWF was so over the top in terms of how they booked their matches, in terms of how they wrote their characters. Whereas in other parts of the country, it was way more grounded.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if it's a situation where people there watching were more inclined to think it was real. I think they were definitely more inclined to suspend their disbelief.
Yeah, they were more passionate about it.
Yeah.
And they invested themselves in it.
Yes, because it was a lot more grounded.
Dude, you see some of those like old grandmas in the crowd? I don't know, man. Some of them look like they actually think that stuff's real.
I mean, there'd be riots and stuff when.
Yeah.
You know, when the Freebirds turned on the Von Erichs.
Yes.
Stuff like that would happen, yeah.
Like, you can't help but think that anybody who's willing to riot is probably going to think that stuff is real. I would think, right?
But then you watch the last Battle of Atlanta. It looks like two guys in a cage literally beating the hell out of each other.
They actually are fighting.
Yeah, no.
So I could see why they would think maybe some of them is real. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I mean, it's interesting, regardless. I'll go with this. It's a much more recent one. I know it sort of got you back into wrestling a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of the things, yeah.
CM Punk's pipe bomb. Granted, I mean, everybody pretty much knew, this is work. But I thought that within the context of the WWE, people understanding that his contract was coming up, he delivered this amazing promo, which broke a lot of the fourth wall, if you will. Talked about some backstage stuff, said some things that you never really expected to hear from anybody. For that to happen in 2010, 2011, or whenever it was, 2011, for that to happen only a couple of years ago, basically, it's pretty groundbreaking at the time. You think you've seen it all, so you think you heard it all in wrestling, and then he comes along and he drops like one of the best promos of all time. And then, the whole build to Money in the Bank, his contract's coming up, which apparently wasn't even signed until that day during the pay-per-view. And then, to win the title from Cena in a 5-star match and then leave via the crowd. You and I have both said many times it was just a shame that they didn't take that to the next logical step. Have him, go and defend that title or actually show up in other promotions friendly to the WWE that they knew they could take care of the title. It was a shame that he couldn't do that. Instead, they just sort of went the more conventional route.
Have him disappear for a few weeks, come back. Yeah.
Then they had like an interim title and et cetera, et cetera. So it was, it didn't really live up to, especially that pay-per-view, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and the build before it. But I thought the pipe bomb was a pretty damn good, people saying, oh, was this, because they did the thing where like, his mic cut out and then like they just cut to black. So I thought they did a pretty effective way of saying, hey, is this guy really shooting? Is he not? So yeah, that's my answer.
Good answer. Both good answers.
Both great answers.
Next. Maya Dope.
Matt Chat Hall of Famer Maya Dope. Let's see what she has to say.
My friend does is Mr. Dope's daughter here, and Kane and Daniel Bryan became a tag team again. Do you think they'll win the tag team titles at the next pay-per-view or lose? Thank you.
Thank you, Maya.
Thank you, Maya.
Man, so they could take this a couple different ways. I'm very excited about Daniel Bryan and Kane being reunited. Team Hell No. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Right now, because Daniel Bryan's contract is up in September, all indications are he hasn't re-signed yet. Obviously, WWE probably really wants that to happen, so they're going to keep him in a prominent position. I feel on one hand, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, those titles are not important enough to keep them off him. They're just important enough to make people think, oh, WWE cares enough about Daniel Bryan. They're sweetening the pot a little bit by giving him an actual belt, a title. So yeah, they will probably change hands at Extreme Rules. I could see a case for them not doing that also, which is going to be your case to make.
No, there's still a lot of mileage to get out of the Bludgeon Brothers.
Sure.
There's still a lot of feuds they haven't had with established teams in the tag division. Just because we saw Daniel Bryan and Kane embrace one time, doesn't mean that they're on the same page. There's a lot of history between them that has been left unresolved.
Yeah.
Stemming from when Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship. His first feud following WrestleMania 30 was against Kane. Kane tombstoned him several times, including once off the ring steps.
You think they're going to go there? Because I'm kind of 50-50 on that.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on it too. I could see it. And they wrote Daniel Bryan off TV for the better part of a year. Based on that tombstone. Does your water not taste well? Tastes good?
Is this old?
Yeah, that's the stuff that's been sitting over here for a few
days.
Been
a while.
All right. Well, good luck to you with that. So I could definitely see the story unfolding where we get a Kane-Daniel Bryan feud going into SummerSlam. Again, for the same reasons you put it, that he hasn't re-signed yet. They want to keep him in a prominent spot because it's good for ratings, it's good for the company. But until he signs his name to a new contract, they're not going to go all in with him with a major push for any belts.
I think either them winning the tag titles or him feuding with Kane leading in a SummerSlam are kind of on the same level in terms of prominence. Like, the tag titles really are not that prominent.
No.
Which is why I feel like, there's a lot they can still do with the Bludgeon Brothers, but do they really care? Because it's the tag titles.
Yeah, I know.
On the other hand, why do one when you can have both? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, I don't know. I tend to think yes, because SmackDown seems to be in a, hey, let's give the people what they want type mode.
It's the fan service show right now.
Fan service, yeah, exactly. So, I'm going to say yes, but I could see no. Another Matt Chat Hall of Famer. We've got a bunch of them on this show because they're Hall of Famers left and right.
Oh, yeah.
A.O. Worm.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy A.O. Worm back with another Matt Chat question. I got my voice back, so you know it's on and popping. So my question is, guys, so do you think WWE would benefit for having more tournaments like the Cruiserweight Classic, Mae Young Classic, stuff like that? If so, what tournament should they have or bring back, and what talents should they bring in to fill up the roster for these tournaments? Thanks, guys. Too sweet, hearty handshake. I'm out.
A.O. Worm, his voice has returned.
Yes.
I'm very happy about that.
Same.
Seems to be in a really good mood today, too.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Awesome.
I get to go first. Tournaments, yes. Heck yes. More tournaments, please.
You love tournaments.
I love tournaments.
Yeah.
I feel like New Japan has the perfect amount of tournaments. They have 2 general tournaments. You have the New Japan Cup in the spring.
Yeah.
You have the G1 in the summer. And then you also get Best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah.
Early summer. You get World Tag League in the winter.
Yeah.
Everybody's covered. You get 4 tournaments a year, quarterly almost.
Did you mention the G1?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect amount of tournaments.
Yeah.
WWE needs to do more tournament. You know what tournament they need to bring back?
King of the Ring.
King of the Ring. To serve this function. I've been saying it for a long time. They have that Universal title. Make it above brand. Once a year, defend it at WrestleMania. Top belt in the entire company. To determine the new number 1 contender for that title, King of the Ring. Cross-brand tournament. Network special. Do it all on night. Kind of like Survivor Series 98, Deadly Games. Be a great show. Do it, when's WrestleMania? April? Do it in February or something like that, right after the Rumble.
Yeah.
So you get the Rumble winner who gets a shot at one of the brand titles, but then you get this tournament. Actually, no, it'll probably work better this way because you don't want to take the thunder off from the Rumble winner.
Yeah, man.
So you do it this. You do it how when they used to do King of the Ring was in June. And then the Universal title is defended every summer in the main event of SummerSlam.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's how you do it.
Okay.
So then you have the SummerSlam main event, Universal title, top champion of the whole company, and then the Rumble winner still gets the prestige of main eventing WrestleMania.
What's the top title on Raw in that case?
New title.
Oh, new title.
Yeah, new Raw branded title.
Another red title.
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah.
But yeah, more tournaments overall. Like, we've been hearing we're going to get another Mae Young Classic, and that's awesome. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I'm hoping they'll do another Cruiserweight Classic of some sort because there's a lot of great Cruiserweights around the world.
Well, they had the Cruiserweight tournament.
I know, and it was styled after the Cruiserweight Classic, but it's not quite the same thing. And I'd love to see them do a tag team tournament.
Yeah. I'll be honest, it's hard to disagree with you. I honestly can't say no, WWE should do no more tournaments. You're a bigger fan of tournaments than I am, but I still like tournaments. I think we saw on 205 Live how effective they can be in pushing stories without, it's all about the title chase, but it wasn't about, everybody, you spend a good month or 2 gearing up for this thing and then, executing it. Although I do have to say, it maybe with fewer tournaments or with the tournament schedule they have now, which seems to be strictly sort of, network special programming. You had the UK tournament, of course, the Mae Young Classic, and what am I missing?
Cruiserweight Classic.
And then the Cruiserweight Classic. If they relegate the tournaments, because tournaments are a great way to spotlight people that you haven't heard of before.
That's a great way to make new stars, too.
It really is. And so, but there's no reason you couldn't do that within the context of WWE. But then you go back to when King of the Ring was an annual thing. And granted, last time it was an annual thing, the level of talent wasn't nearly the same as it was in
there
the
really
company.
was no award at the end.
Yeah, true.
Of real consequence,
Wasn't the last winner like Wade Barrett?
It was Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
Because if you
it gives him a little bit of a push.
Little bit.
Yeah.
And then he joins the League of Nations. If you win New Japan Cup, you get a shot at a title.
Yeah, sure.
You win Best of Super Juniors. If you're not the champion, shot at the title.
Yeah.
If you win the G1, if you're not a champion, shot at the title. Main event of Wrestle Kingdom. If you win the World Tag League, shot at the titles.
Yeah.
If you win a tournament, you should get a shot at a title.
Yeah, but then if you include, I mean, New Japan doesn't have their version of the Royal Rumble, you know.
Oh, I am aware of that, yeah.
Which is really fun, and that's your shot at the title right there.
Yeah, but there's only one per year that.
And they're tagged. They're in the way
they do have Money in the Bank too. That's kind of the same.
The way they treat their tag division is garbage, anyways. WWE, like they just treat them like an afterthought. And then they have Money in the Bank, which is shot at the title. Yeah. So I mean, they have their different ways of going about having their guaranteed title opportunities. But
tournament's best way though.
Not gonna do well. The best way is the Royal Rumble.
Oh, I don't know.
That's the most fun. That's the most fun. Money in the Bank is a lot of fun too. But
Rumble
I will agree that I'd like more
condensed
tournaments.
Experience, but G1, the wealth of awesome matches you get out of one tournament, it's amazing.
Yeah, I know, because I thought that too. You know what they should do? They should bring back the Brawl for All, because that truly showed us the top matches. That gave us the best matches in wrestling at the time. The Brawl for All.
So we'll move on to our next question. This is from TNA For Life. Let's see what TNA For Life has
20 years since the Brawl
has to say. Yeah.
What is up, friendos? It's TNA For Life here for another Matt Chat question. I want to know, Steven Larson, which federation is going to benefit the most from cross-promotional activities with the WWE? Since Triple H has made it pretty clear that he's willing to do a lot more cross-promotional stuff that they've, been willing to do in the past, I think for a lot of feds, I think people may be scared that, WWE is going to come in and, get all their top guys. So I want to know which promotion, which federation is going to benefit from this the most. Thank you very much. Too sweet. Hearty handshake. Peace out.
Thank you, TNA For Life.
Thank you, TNA.
Are you TNA For Life, Larson?
You know the answer to that.
Well, that was TNA For Life.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
Yeah. What promotion would benefit most? It's any promotion would benefit most from working with the WWE. I mean, let's run down the list here. You know what it is? If they could find a way to pull it off, I'll give you a solid answer, because your answer is crap.
No, my answer is best answer.
It is actually the best answer, but it's also a cop-out answer. Ring of Honor.
All right.
They have a relationship with New Japan right now.
Yeah.
If they could somehow, some way, finagle a relationship with the WWE as well, and be the neutral ground, the ground zero, the ground zero, the neutral zone of professional wrestling, where worlds collide. Ring
they do
of
have
Honor.
a pay-per-view called War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
So you add WWE into that.
All right.
If they could somehow finagle it. Talk about not going to happen, though. WWE putting the kibosh on their Madison Square Garden plans. Ooh, right now is like literally the time it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if Ring of Honor could figure out a way to become sort of the nexus of pro wrestling, not the nexus, not Wade Barrett's nexus.
No.
But if they could find a way to get a relationship with WWE where they bring over competitors here, they bring over competitors from New Japan
and compete on a neutral site.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's cool. It's not a bad idea.
They would benefit most, but probably not going to happen.
No, the promotion that benefit most from any collaborative relationship between WWE and any other promotion would be WWE. It really is. If WWE were to find a way to forge a working partnership with New Japan, New Japan would benefit a lot, but WWE would up their cool factor a lot.
Hold on.
A lot.
Okay,
Imagine
hold
Bullet
on a
Club
second.
showing up in WWE. Suddenly WWE is cool again.
Let me ask you something.
What?
Can you pay your bills with cool factor?
If you can parlay cool into money, then yes.
WWE has just parlayed whatever cool factor they have into $500 million per year in TV money. So I don't want to hear cool factor matters one damn amount to the WWE.
It does,
because
if you want to appeal to mainstream.
They've already appealed to the mainstream.
Nowhere near what they used to in the Attitude Era. And why? Because the Attitude Era seemed cool. You had Stone Cold.
How much TV
The
money?
Rock.
How much TV money did they get back then? Not $500 million a year.
But
not even close to
television
that.
Contracts, especially for live sports, was nowhere near what it is now.
They just scored a massive amount of money. Do you think?
And imagine how much more they would have scored if they had the appeal of being cool. They don't. They're not a cool company.
You are digging yourself into a hole.
No, I'm not. You just said 2 minutes ago.
How much more money do you think they really would have got?
couple hundred more million.
I really doubt that.
Yeah.
That is complete BS.
But it would have been based on what their ratings were. If their rating, instead of getting a 2.5 or 3, if they were getting a 4, they would have got more money.
I don't think they would have done a 4. If they're doing a 2, well, if we say 2.5, 3, I mean 2.5 million or 3 million. I don't know that it would have made that much more of a difference. What really mattered more was ESPN picking up their coverage.
No, they picked up UFC.
No. ESPN covering WWE.
Oh, I don't know if they helped them a whole lot.
That was according to Dave Meltzer.
I don't think ESPN by itself added a ton because everybody started covering WWE.
Because up until this point, I mean, you have to wonder how much Jonathan Coachman might be thanked for that. Because according to Dave Meltzer anyways, one of the deciding factors for them getting so much more money was advertisers wanting to work with WWE because they are considered much more mainstream now than ever in the past.
Well, they're much more family friendly in that respect, yeah.
Well, yeah, and they're getting mainstream exposure from places like ESPN.
But who else? Well, not really anymore, but they were. Not on the TV, they're not. They don't have the fact that weekly TV segment on ESPN anymore.
I know they don't now, but the fact that they had received that, which helped their case in general, and that got them more money.
All right. You know who else gets a lot of mainstream press coverage? Young Bucks. Kenny Omega. Why? Because they're cool. Bring them to WWE.
I mean, they get you know what kind of coverage they get. You don't have to be in the WWE to make it.
Oh, I know. But then they show up in the WWE, and guess what the headline's going to be then?
Look, man,
Kenny Omega makes the WWE cool again.
Look, man, you and I are on the same page in terms of wanting to see a collaboration between New Japan and WWE. I just honestly don't think it'd help their bottom dollar that much more for them.
Well, I'm not talking strictly bottom dollar, though. It's perception as well.
Well, perception with you and me, yeah, I think they're super cool. And, you know, they might get some more merch money, but that's not really going to help their bottom dollar that much. Well,
unless more people start tuning into the show because it's must-watch TV. WWE television is not must-watch TV now. Not like it was in the Attitude Era. It was must-watch TV back in the day. Granted, part of it was they were in competition with WCW, and you needed to see who was doing what any given week.
Oh, that fell apart quick, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But if they somehow can parlay working relationship with other promotions into interesting creative, which would lead to more interesting television, then yes, more people would probably tune in, and thusly they might get a larger television contract based on increased ratings.
The second part of that equation of yours right there, of your algorithm, if you will, the creative aspect, that's key.
That's why part of the partnership has to mean bringing Gato along.
There you go. Okay, there you go. That's a good idea.
Booking is totally up to Triple H and Gato.
If that is true, though, if what Meltzer is saying is true, and who knows, that the positive coverage they got on ESPN, even though it was all fluff stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Coachman was apparently at the head of that.
Yeah.
And if that's the thing that like really clued in advertisers to say, oh, they're good to work with. They've maintained over the years this family friendly image. Mm-hmm. They do all this charity stuff. On top of that, they get mainstream exposure they get mainstream sports exposure, because he was saying that the Fox deal has them listed under the Fox Sports banner.
Yeah. I mean, I've always maintained that the reason that WWE got more mainstream press coverage is, well, partially probably because they went family friendly, also because UFC and MMA got super popular. The interest in fight sports, overall is greater than it's ever been in WWE, even though they're athletes, but it's not a competition in the strictest sense of the word. Gotten wrapped up in all that.
That could be.
Because around the time that UFC really started picking up steam is when mainstream press outlets started picking up pro wrestling news. Like, it wasn't just ESPN, Rolling Stone, USA Today, Forbes.
Yeah.
They all cover pro wrestling now.
Yeah.
Even CBS Sports, they cover pro wrestling.
I wonder how much of that was, because, the ESPN coverage stuff was like, 2 years ago?
Yeah, and it started out really hot, and then it really petered out quick.
Well, yeah, but
it was every Tuesday, and then it was later in the week. And
talking about getting wrapped up in a wave, because at that point, you start to see Forbes, you start to see SI, you start to see all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. Would that be weird if Jonathan, I guess my main point is, would it be weird if Jonathan Coachman was responsible for the WWE's TV deal being worth like $200 million more than it would have been?
I don't know.
Is that why he has a job now?
Maybe.
Anyways, good debate right there.
Yeah, some real debate.
Let's see here. Next up, we have a question from Joshua Martinez, longtime friendo, relatively new Matt Chatter. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey friendos, Joshua the Dynamic Knight Martinez here. Just waiting to go into work and gonna record my Matt Chat question. So, we know the Okada Omega 4-match series, and I think one that really stood out was the time limit draw. Obviously, that drew a lot of buzz, and the Japanese crowd loved it. My question is, do you think an American audience, specifically the WWE, would let this happen? I feel whenever we get dusty finishes and something along those lines, the WWE crowd always boos it, and I fear that if something similar were to happen in WWE, where there's a time limit draw, you go an hour, the fans are going to be pissed because, we invested an hour into this and we didn't get anything from it. So yeah, do you think 60-minute time limit draw could happen in WWE? And if so, who do you think are the 2 participants that would go the distance? Thanks, friends.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah, dude.
Here's the thing here's why the Omega Okada match worked. It's good storytelling.
Well, and the history behind it.
Yes, it's the story of their whole feud leading up to
absolutely.
it. In the first match, Kenny couldn't get his finisher off. Eventually, he ate too many Rainmakers. He lost. Because that's Wrestle Kingdom. Ace goes over Wrestle Kingdom. Go to Dominion. He finally gets his finisher off, halfway through the match? 2/3? Mm-hmm. Okada puts his foot on the rope.
Yeah.
And it's really just a battle of attrition between 2 men who are the best in the world, who just can't finally get the one move off to beat the other. Time runs out. Mm-hmm. So it's we've said it several times, we can see in WWE storylines where they go for the push, where they want to do something to continue or advance the feud without having a winner or loser in a particular match.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they just don't. I don't know. That's a storyline they don't ever seem to really explore.
Yeah.
Taking it that direction, 2 people who are so equally matched, so incredible in the ring that move for move, they just can't best each other that particular night.
Well, there's no long-term vision, and we've said that before.
Yeah.
So if any 2 were to pull this off, it'd be AJ and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, I think Seth could do it.
Oh, no. I'm not saying...
Oh, you mean 2 opponents?
The crowd reaction at the end... Because sitting there, well, I don't know. Cena and HBK went 60 minutes, and that wasn't a time limit draw, but they went to that. Mm-hmm. So it'd be sitting there for an hour and then coming out with a finish for both guys. It would be like
storylines. AJ Nakamura makes sense. Yes.
Okay,
great.
so here's how you do it. Seth somehow becomes Universal Champion. Okay, you have AJ still with the WWE Championship. Okay, leading into Survivor Series. They have a tremendous build where they both maintain their roles as faces.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They go to a time limit draw at Survivor Series in a killer match, like a New Japan-esque match.
Yeah.
Crowd would be totally into that. They'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
They'd be fine with a time limit draw.
Yeah.
They'd be cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to book it.
So I think that'd work.
Yeah, that would work. Next, we got a question here from Patrick Sparks, who appears to be inside some sort of airplane hangar or right near an engine.
He needs to be careful if he's right next to a plane.
First it was bees, now it's a plane.
Oh, man.
Let's see what Patrick has to say.
Hey, friendos. Based on your criteria of being good, legacy, and kayfabe, who is the best tag team out of these 3? Edge and Christian, the Hardys, or the Dudleys? Thanks, friendos. Bye.
Thank you, Patrick Sparks.
Thank you, B-Man.
B-Man.
Now we can call him Plain Man.
Plain Man. So he asks, of the 3... classic Attitude Era tag teams, who is the best?
Oh man, do I go first?
Yeah, of course this is using our criteria, so that's being good, legacy, kayfabe.
Yeah. You got to give it to the Hardys. In my opinion, it's the Hardys. I know, granted, Edge and Christian, they have 2 guys who worked. They're a Hall of Fame tag team, and at least 1 Hall of Fame singles wrestler.
Probably 2.
Maybe two. And so, not taking anything away from them, highly decorated. The Dudleys, same with them. Like, I think they're literally the most decorated tag team in WWE history. But, man, I got to give it to the Hardys. The fact that they just came back with all the relevancy in the world. They came in at Mania 30, which one did we go to? 33? 33. As if they were, number one, they were just off a hot feud with the Young Bucks. They came into WWE as if they were some flippin' massively over free agent indie signing. You know, like they had that kind of buzz around.
At that point,
that's what they were.
Yeah.
They came in like they were a couple of 30-year-olds. They still, especially Jeff, looked the part. Matt Hardy they were coming off this, broken Matt thing. I don't know, man, to have that kind of career resurgence where, granted, the only reason they came in as a nostalgia act is because legally they didn't have the clearance to do the broken stuff. They reinvented themselves and then came back, and once the legal stuff was cleared, they went straight into it, granted with Matt Hardy and now Bray Wyatt, and Jeff Hardy's doing a single stuff. But, man, I don't know. I think in terms of longevity, legacy, kayfabe, what they did outside the WWE, like where they just took it to a whole nother level, man, it's the freaking Hardys. You take a look at all their singles accomplishments as well. I think it stacks up against Edge and Christian. I would put on a Hall of Fame ballot in terms of the singles, probably put, if you're taking the Dudleys and the Hardys, and I know we're talking about tag teams here, but I would put probably Jeff number 1. No, I'm sorry. Edge number 1, Jeff number 2, Matt number 3, Christian number 4, and then Bubba Ray, and then Devon. And right there, you got friggin' 2 of the top 3 are the Hardy Boys.
All right.
So it's the Hardys.
No, it's Dudleys, man.
Why though?
Well, let's
even over Edge and Christian. That's surprising.
Yeah. Well, if you go kayfabe, Dudleys I think have the most tag team title reigns in WWE history. They had tag titles in TNA. They had tag titles wherever they went. ECW. Sure. Bubba Ray, as Bully Ray, reinvented himself, became a world champion on his own in TNA. Yeah. He's still doing stuff in Ring of Honor now too.
I love Bully Ray. I love the character. Yeah. I think it was great. He's great on what's it called? Busted Open.
Yeah. Legacy. I mean, people still say "What's up" because of them.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
I don't know. It's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
Anytime there's any sort of match that's remotely extreme, what do people chant for? Tables.
Yeah.
That's the Dudleys.
Yeah.
Being good. They were a great tag team.
Oh,
they worked well together. They were great on the mic. I don't know. They were the total package, and yeah, they were great in ECW. But when they came to WWF, it seemed like they kicked it to another gear.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, that neither Bubba or Devon managed to achieve the same levels of, or both of them managed to achieve the same level of single success as the Hardy brothers or Edge and Christian. But if we're talking strictly a tag team, no, give me the Dudleys.
Here's also another reason why I'd go with the Hardys, because my sister knows who they are.
All right.
And my sister knows shit about wrestling.
All right.
She doesn't remember the Hardys. Plus, I met Jeff Hardy in line at a McDonald's
I'm aware of that.
in Bakersfield. So, because we're friends, I'd have to say him. Hey, how disappointed are you? They never rolled with the Bully Ray character in WWE.
I know.
That's
you wanted to do that.
I know. That's a total bummer.
Devon is a producer now.
I know. That's awesome. Good for both those guys.
I know.
They probably got hit on the head
a lot,
many, many times. And they're killing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're all killing it right now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I know.
Good for them.
They're all great. I don't make it seem like just because we picked one over the other two teams.
For sure, man.
They're all fantastic.
We had to sort of sit here and think, but my gut kind of says Hardys.
And my gut told me Dudleys.
There you go. Why does our gut not say Edge and Christian? They're great.
They are great.
Flipping great, man.
I don't know.
Ooh, they're so good.
I mean, Edge is the most decorated wrestler in WWE history.
I'll say this.
No one won more titles in WWE than Edge.
In terms of being the most entertaining act, probably Edge and Christian.
Yeah, probably.
Because that comedy stuff, their chemistry was flipping amazing.
Yeah.
Then get Kurt Angle in there.
Yeah.
So much talent.
I know.
All right, let's see.
Next from Thayer Thabata. Let's see what Thayer Thabata has to say.
Thayer Thabata.
Oh, he's great.
The Bernie Madoff of going in wrong.
Hey, guys. So Alexa Bliss has been in every pay-per-view title match for her brand since September of 2016. The question is simple. Is it too much for Alexa Bliss, or does her talent warrant that push? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Thayer Thabata.
Thank you, Thayer. I go first, right?
Be careful with those Ponzi schemes that he's offering up, man. Hey, you know what he's got going on right now? The Hilton One climax.
Yeah. Ambitious. And so far, it seems like it's pretty awesome.
So it's a video. It's a series of matches. It's
the G1.
It's the G1,
but it takes place in WWE 2K18.
Right.
And friendos are playing each other online, doing commentary, and then getting the video to him, and he's putting it up on YouTube. Great.
Great. Just great.
Great friendo there at the bottom.
So you go first.
Oh, I do. Does Alexa Bliss deserve to be in all these title matches? I would say her opportunities have been warranted based on the skills she has shown. She does great character work, great on the mic. She's a good wrestler. I wouldn't put up there, with like Asuka or Charlotte or Becky Lynch.
She had a good Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was fun.
Yeah. She's a good wrestler. I wouldn't call her yet an elite level wrestler, but she's
better
still,
than Carmella.
Yeah. She's still really young. She still has a lot of time and room to grow. Is it too many title opportunities? You could argue, yes, it is, because there's a lot of talent on the Raw and SmackDown women's rosters, and her getting a seemingly title shot at the title shot or being champion at every show, you could say, well, her getting constant opportunity, almost 2 years straight, if there's a fact here is correct, that's a lot. And in the meantime, there's a lot of great talent who hasn't gotten title opportunities while she's been in the title scene constantly. So, I won't say that she doesn't deserve the opportunity because she's great, but I will say maybe she could not get 2 years straight of title shots. Maybe take a month or two off so other women can get those opportunities.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you got to put this on. I'll put it this way. Has it been warranted due to her talent? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I kind of liken her time at the top to Seth Rollins' time at the top as a heel.
Yeah.
Just take away the fact that Seth Rollins was putting on flipping 4-star matches every night out. And she hasn't been. But she is a good wrestler. I would put it way more. I'll put it this way. I think she's great, but I do also put it at the feet of creative.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She has no say over how many straight title matches she gets.
She has been, but creative has used her as a crutch.
Oh, okay.
They haven't been able to bring anybody else. Look what happened with Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
Licensed to print money, right? And they mess it up. They mess it up.
You can say the stronger word with more emphasis if you really want to.
They flip it up, man.
Yeah, they messed it up pretty bad.
They jack it up. They fuck it up. Sasha Banks, right?
Coming off a great feud against Charlotte.
What has been going on with that? Why is she not a perpetual main eventer? Why has she not been in the main event?
Exactly.
2 years running.
You're just making my point again.
I guess in that regards, I agree with it.
Oh, okay.
So, no, it's not warranted because of creative, and you're saying yes, it's warranted.
I'm saying
because of her.
I'm saying based on her talent, it's warranted. But that being said, though, that it doesn't. That's because
it shouldn't have happened.
Yes, because it's warranted doesn't mean it has to happen.
Right, exactly. But she is good, and I can totally see why they've used her as a crutch.
Oh, absolutely.
She's good at what she does. Yep. But man. The creative in the Raw women's division, with the exception of, there was a period not that long ago where things were, they felt better in the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
But having her as the champion, all that kind of, I don't know. Probably not. That Bayley stuff was unspeakably embarrassing.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It was bad.
I like Bayley now, though.
I know. And what if they had booked Bayley right from the beginning?
I know.
She wouldn't have gotten that same pop she did this past week when she beat up Sasha.
I agree.
So
next up, we've got Velveteen's hairstylist. Interesting. Is this a first-time Matt chatter?
At least under this name.
All right.
Hey, friendos. Just on break from work. It's my first video question. Just curious if you could send Velveteen Dream back in time and have him feud with anybody, who would you pick and why? Thank you, guys. Too sweet and a hearty handshake.
Thank you very much, Velveteen's hairstylist, and welcome to Matt Chat. That was, he was a first-time Matt chatter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he said that in his question.
Oh, okay.
Man, send Velveteen Dream back in time to feud with anybody. Man, there is one person. So what have I said about Velveteen Dream? He's got that it factor, dude. And I'm not talking about like The Miz wanting to have it. I'm talking about Velveteen Dream. He's got the closest person I can think of that reminds me of Velveteen Dream is Brian Pillman. When they call him loose cannon, especially his later days, man, he really came off like somebody who was self-aware, who was special, who was creative, And Velveteen Dream is all that plus a lot more. But if you go back even further, there's another guy who fits that bill to a T, a guy born way before his time. And of course, I'm talking about the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah, he was the cream of the crop, Larson. Could you imagine a match between and a build Velveteen Dream, Macho Man Randy Savage? Oh yeah, how weird would that get? It would be so much money. And given what we've heard, all the positive things we've heard about Macho Man in the back, putting guys like DDP over, Shawn Michaels wanting to put him over in a 2-year feud.
Yeah.
Oh man, are you kidding me? This would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
My B answer is Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, both good answers. I'm going to say Ric Flair. I mean, there's just so many options you can go with it, storyline-wise. If, Flair, after he's won 10 world titles, Velveteen Dream gets the belt and saying, hey, you had the belt to Flair. You had the belt for, 10 times, probably like...
What year is this?
7. Oh, this is probably like...
91.
We'll say when Flair comes back to WCW.
Gotcha.
It's 93.
Okay.
You had the belt 10 times by this point. You've held the title combined for like 7 years.
Oh man!
But you're still never as good a champion as I am right now.
Yeah.
And then Flair go, woo!
Yeah.
And then awesome promos would commence.
Oh man, be great. And then Rick Rude's another good answer.
Yeah. That'd be great.
That'd be good too. But I like Flair. Could you imagine Velveteen Dream down there in the NWA, electrifying crowds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'd be like nothing else, man. It'd be like nothing before.
Mm-hmm. Another positive aspect of the Dream versus Macho Man, dueling elbows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Next up, we got a great question from Chris Pisanis. I like this one. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello, friendos. This is Chris Pisanis with my first foray into the realm of Mad Chat. Now, for the sake of this discussion, let's assume that All In is an annual event, and Chicago will not be hosting the second iteration. Where should they go from there? Which market do you think would best suit the event? Now, being from Long Island, I'm probably a bit biased, but I would probably say the New York metropolitan area. Even not taking into account Madison Square Garden, there are still several 10,000-seat arenas that have hosted major historical wrestling events that could host the event. Now, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, this is a very dramatic lighting.
Yeah.
With Chris.
I go first.
Yeah, you go first.
I think it was a contender for the first All In.
Yeah.
There's a venue where New Japan is running a show in same day as the H title match, July 7th at the Cow Palace.
Oh yeah, man.
In just outside San Francisco, California. I think the Northern California Bay Area would be great.
Yep.
It's a hotbed for wrestling.
Yes.
You got APW running shows out in the Bay Area all the time. They run shows at the Cow Palace on occasion. Even out here in the Sacramento area, you got Virgil Flynn Productions.
Yeah, sure.
Doing great work.
Yeah.
You got East Bay Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
You got Big Time Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
We saw them when they co-promoted the Impact show.
Yeah.
A lot of good wrestling happening up here in Northern California. Bay Area is one of the largest media markets in the country. Mm-hmm. So you got San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, all the other cities connecting all those. Mm-hmm. There's millions upon millions of people live up there. People will travel into the Bay Area to see this show. It's easy getting in and out. Bay Area.
Okay. So at first I wanted to go with Chris's answer with New York. I think that would have been fantastic.
Hold on. What's also a reason that personally I'd want it all in to the Bay Area?
It's close.
It's a day trip.
Yeah, exactly. It's close. We can go take the train.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go on the other side of the coast, not the Bay Area, go about 350, 400 miles down south to the LA area. It is a hotbed of wrestling right now. You got PWG. You got Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You've got there's a bunch more. I don't know. I forget. I think that's where they tape Lucha Underground too.
Yeah.
So you got like a ton of great wrestling out there. And so I would say LA. I think the Young Bucks are kind of from that area.
They're from Ontario.
Oh, Ontario. Okay.
Yeah, the Inland Empire area.
Yeah.
Rancho Cucamonga, something like that.
Yeah. So I'd give it to Los Angeles, man. I think right now they're really, really killing it right now in the indie wrestling scene. All In LA.
And actually, it might be like if they want to create a narrative about All In, it might be kind of fitting to have it in, because there's a pretty good size arena out in Ontario. I think that's where SmackDown was this week. You know, they can frame the story as, you know, hometown guys coming home to reach essentially maximum success.
And then in the newspapers and media, it could be, you don't need WWE to make it.
Yeah. I know.
We got another Matt Chat question here from Chase. Let's see what he has to say.
Steve, Larson, Survivor Series is still a little bit away, but I got a question for you. You two break up. You all have a Survivor Series elimination tag match. But instead of wrestlers, you have your podcasters and YouTubers. Who's on your team? And you can only choose one professional wrestler. So, like the ENC podcast, you can only choose Edge or Christian. All right? Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Chase.
Thank you, Chase.
Man, so I need a 5-man YouTuber / but one gets to be a wrestler.
Yeah, let's pick our wrestlers first.
So each of us are on the team, so that's one.
All right. So we need 4 more. So we need one wrestler.
All right, I go first.
Sure.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Chris Jericho.
Ooh, wow. Great choices.
Yes.
Then I need to, so Simon Miller.
All right, that's a good choice.
He's like legit.
Yeah. He wrestles. I'm trying to think if there's any other YouTubers that I know or podcasters that aren't pro wrestlers who do wrestle.
Yeah, man.
But hold on.
What?
Simon Miller is a professional wrestler now.
No, he's primarily a
But
YouTuber.
he has professionally wrestled, yes?
Huh.
So that should disqualify him. You have your one wrestler. You have Stone Cold.
No, man, he's a friggin' YouTuber. Give me a break.
Is he still on What Culture?
How much money do you think he makes professional wrestling?
Irrelevant.
Probably not. Yeah, of course he's still with What Culture.
Okay, I didn't know if he was still there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you have to lose Simon. You have to make a choice between Simon Miller and Stone Cold.
$20 in a hand, 20 pounds in a handshake does not make you a professional wrestler.
In fact, it does. You get paid to wrestle. That makes you a professional wrestler.
Okay, well, it's not his main job. So, yes, I can choose him. Choose your next person.
Bryan Zane.
Okay, fine. James Angel.
Oh, good. I know you can take a bump. Adam Pacitti.
I've just destroyed you guys.
I got Chris Jericho, at
I've
least.
destroyed you guys. And then, of course, I'm going to go with Grimm. I just destroyed everybody. Oh, man. Is he more of a professional wrestler than a YouTuber, though?
Yeah, he runs his own promotion.
Okay, so I'll take... Okay, fine. I'll take Grimm
is disqualified.
out. All right, I take Grimm out. I'll go with... does Ryback count?
I think he still wrestles. He was a professional. He was a professional wrestler. No. No one who has professional wrestling experience.
And then I'll take...
Well, I guess in that sense, Adam Pacitti should be disqualified.
And then I'll take... then I'm taking Pulse.
Damn it! That's who I was going to take. I was going to take Pulse.
He's jacked.
Yeah,
he's
I know.
jacked
I
now.
know. I was going to take Pulse.
I love him too, man.
He's great.
He's
I know.
Flipping hilarious.
I know. He's funny.
God, I've got the dream team. I've got the flipping dream team. You should take Meltzer. He's jacked.
It's true, but he's also up there in years. All right, fine. I'll take Dave Meltzer.
Guaranteed the match would be 5 stars now.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see here. Zach. Oh, another great question.
Stephen Larson, many friendos out there. It's your official friendo first IWGP Heavyweight Champ, Zach S. Come at you with another match chat question. Question this week is, I want you two, Stephen Larson, to each create the perfect wrestler. Each of you creates a wrestler that has, the striking ability of this guy, the athleticism of this guy, the pro mobility of this guy, the selling of this guy, all the attributes, all that stuff. I want the both of you to create, each of you to create the perfect wrestler, and the both of you to debate who has the better wrestler. Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Zach S.
Thank you, Zach S. Hey, Zach S., another Matt Chat Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He's been around forever.
Pretty much since the beginning.
And, man, I really appreciate that guy.
Yes. Create the perfect wrestler. All right. Give me Drew McIntyre. Start with that.
Okay.
Who he's like 6'5", 260.
Yeah.
Just chiseled man.
Oh, it's all man.
Start with that.
9.5 face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, the only way you can really improve, you put Adam Cole's face on it.
That's what I'm gonna do. Just stop.
You can't take my body type.
Stop spoiling. I'm not taking your body type.
But Drew's got a good face, so the face stays.
Okay.
So give me Drew. But he moves like Ricochet. Quickness, speed, agility, high flying.
So ridiculous.
His moveset.
Okay. All right.
And then you get the wrestling mind, the acumen of Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Okay.
Master of in-ring psychology, storytelling, performance. Knows when to turn it up, knows when to dial it back.
Good.
And finally, the promo ability of maybe the greatest talker in wrestling today, Samoa Joe.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Okay.
I think that is the perfect wrestler.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So here's what I got. I got the number 10 face, Adam Cole.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I don't want Adam Cole's hairline, so I'm going to give him Ric Flair's hair from 1991. All right?
Interesting choice.
Just amazing hair, right? Okay, but he also has the beard of Tommaso Ciampa. Okay? So that's amazing right there. The promo ability of Brian Pillman. Crazy, right?
All right.
Okay. Then we also have a front office push of Roman Reigns.
Okay.
So the office just ramming him down people's throats. So much money right there, right? The wrestling mind and acumen of Okada.
Yeah, that's
Kazuchika
good.
Okada, Rainmaker, right? He's also have the entrepreneurial spirit of the Young Bucks.
All right.
Lots of money, okay? He has the moveset of Buddy Murphy. I had Ember Moon here because I really like her Suicide Dive and the Eclipse.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy.
That's a good choice.
That dude is a stud in the ring. He's going to have the costume design of the New Day. Bright colors, jovial, electric. Okay? The height and body of Seth Rollins, CrossFit Jesus. They don't get any fitter than him. And he's a good manageable 6'2". Not too tall like your guy.
Well, 6'5" isn't too tall.
And that's my guy. And his name, of course, is Sexagon 2.
All right.
Or son of Sexagon.
Well, why not
Either
Sexagon
one.
Jr. then?
Sexagon Jr. That's a good... Sexagon Jr.
There you go.
Because we all know the original Sexagon. This drawing is going out to Jushin Thunder Luger. The original Sexagon right here, 6 legs. Well, actually 5 legs. The middle one isn't actually a leg. This is really, really big. Next question.
All right, next question from Zachary B.S. Harris, leader of Mullet Club. See what he has to say.
Hey, Stephen Larson. Zachary B.S. Harris here, leader of Mullet Club. And all I want to know is, what are y'all two dream intergender matches with the likes of Ronda Rousey and Candice LeRae joining the WWE? I want to know who's next for them. Who's next for all the women in the WWE, including the men? Thanks, friendos. Too sweet.
All right, thank you very much, leader of the Mullet Club.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a mullet he's going to go.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
man. That's good stuff. Anyways, who's... Oh,
You.
I go first.
Yeah.
Nice. Listen, man, there's only one dream intergender match that I've got my mind on right now, and it's Joey Ryan versus Leva Bates versus Adam Mayhem for the H Championship, July 7th, Colonial Theater, Sacramento. Otherwise, I'll go with Ric Flair versus Medusa.
All right.
1991.
Your first answer is best answer. However, I will say Andy Kaufman, who, of course, in the build-up to his feud against Jerry Lawler, was wrestling women.
Yeah, true.
Against Asuka.
Oh, yeah.
Who did some intergender wrestling in Japan.
I'm going to change my answer.
To what?
I know my new answer is, but
What?
go ahead.
No, that was it. That'd be my answer.
Candice LeRae versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, yeah.
That should so happen,
Oh, it should
man.
definitely happen.
That should so happen. Are you
Heck
kidding
yes.
me? Give me a break. Next up, scary. This guy freaks me out big time. He's got issues. Let's see. Steve Zodiac Killer.
Hello, Stephen Larson. Another matchup question for you, quite quick. Should the Singh brothers join 205 Live? I'd love to hear you guys' opinions. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
I am legitimately terrified. Absolutely freaked out.
No, I go first.
I have my own personal Zodiac Killer.
To answer his question, yeah. Singh brothers. Once they're done with this Jinder Mahal story, they were brought to the WWE in the Cruiserweight Classic. Yeah.
I don't remember their matches, though.
Oh, I don't think they lasted very long in the Cruiserweight Classic. And then they had a couple matches in NXT.
Nah, man. Look, I love the Singh brothers. I
Yeah,
really
they're
do.
great.
No, they're great. They're not. I don't think they're great wrestlers, though. I mean, I don't really know because they never wrestle, which, practice makes perfect, right? 205 Live needs to be for premier wrestlers. Premier wrestlers, right? Guys like Leo Rush, guys like Mustafa Ali. I like them, but just because they're small doesn't really mean I want them to be dumped off in 205 Live.
Well, I don't only want them to go to 205 Live if they could add something to the show.
Right. I'm not sure they can.
But I just don't know if what other opportunities there'd be for them.
Oh, they can make a ton of money on the independent circuit.
Well, I know. I was going to say in the WWE.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But okay, do you not see that's kind of the problem, though? Is that when you say, I don't know what other opportunities there are, therefore they should be relegated essentially to
Well, that's not what I was saying. I was saying if they have something to add to bring to 205 Live, they should go there.
Yeah.
If they want to continue working for the company. Yeah, but only if they're there to improve the brand.
Yeah.
If they're just getting put there because they're smaller wrestlers who can't compete based on the size or the perception that they're way smaller than everybody else, and therefore there's no spots for them on the main roster, and that's the only reason to go to 205 Live. I don't think that's the right attitude. I agree with you on that. They should go to 205 Live if they can add something to the product.
So here is what I would suggest. Hopefully 205 Live will pull the trigger on some trios titles.
Mm-hmm.
If they can find an appropriate third guy, then I would love to see them in the trios division.
Mm-hmm,
if they're on 205 Live.
Yeah.
That is a good example of how they can add to the show.
When they were in the Cruiserweight Classic, they were spotlighting their tag team abilities. And I think that'd probably be best suited, at least initially, as a tag team.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we got a question from the sneakerhead, DJ Mott.
Oh, man. You see the shoe collection there in the background?
Man, it was pretty great.
Impressive.
Hey, Steven Larson. It is your Going in Raw sneakerhead, DJ Mott here. Got my Jordans, NMDs, couple of the shoes back there. But anyways, what Rey Mysterio feud would you want to see in this year, 2018? Chavo Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, or JBL versus Rey Mysterio? Obviously, both being in peak condition. Which one would you want to see more? I thought they both produced great matches in the early aughts. Would love to know your opinions, your ideas for a feud, whatever you guys have got in mind. Anyways, too sweet. Hearty handshake. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ Mott.
Thank you, DJ Mott.
Threw up all over your name. I'll go with you know what, man? I like JBL as a character, as a wrestler. According to lore, he's a nightmare to work with backstage with some people. But I kind of appreciated him, I thought that he had a decent character then when he was doing the J.R. Ewing type thing. The JBL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He had some bloody flipping matches, man.
Exactly, and that's what I'm going to not go with JBL. I'm going to go with Chavo, because if we have a JBL today wrestling, he can't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, man.
And he's a physical wrestler, but I wouldn't call him a great wrestler.
No.
Chavo Guerrero, on the other hand, is a very underrated wrestler.
Is he still wrestling?
Yeah, he was wrestling for Lucha Underground as of a couple seasons ago.
Nice.
I think he's still wrestling.
Yeah.
He was putting on some great matches. And when he was on SmackDown as part of the SmackDown 6, even going back to WCW.
Long time ago.
I always really enjoyed Chavo's work. He's
Me
good.
too.
He's good in the ring. He does some good character stuff.
Yep.
I would love to see Chavo versus Rey in 2018.
Kerwin White versus terrible gimmick.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, no, man, give me JBL. people love guys with no filter. Next up. Is this our last one?
Last one.
All right, from Broken Steve. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey, friendos, it's Broken Steve here with another Matt Chat question. Fantasy booking time. What would be better TV? The Miz going to Impact to be on the Fact of Life with Eli Drake, or Eli Drake going on Miz TV? Thanks, friendos.
Thank you, Broken Steve.
Thank you, Broken Steve. This is the answer is obvious. It's Eli Drake showing up on Miz TV. Miz showing up on Impact in any capacity would be a massive step down for the Miz.
It'd be a massive step up for Impact, though.
Yeah, that's why it's never going to happen. Whereas Eli Drake showing up on Miz TV is a huge step up for Eli Drake.
Yeah.
It's a win-win for both parties.
Nobody knows who he is, though.
That's not true. No, I think there's the hardcore wrestling fan base, or at least a portion of them, might pay attention. Like, I don't watch Impact, but I know who Eli Drake is.
Okay, I'll
even
put it this
before
way.
I saw him at the show here locally, I knew who he was.
I don't know, man.
I wasn't that familiar with his work, but I knew who he was. Nonetheless,
If he just showed up, if his name just popped up on Titantron and then just like roamed out there, I think a lot of the crowd would be very confused.
I'm trying to think of a comparable reaction that we've seen recently of a debut.
Kanellis. But people knew who Maria was because she had been there before, but kind of Kanellis.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Mike.
I think it'd be a little bit better than Kanellis.
No, it wouldn't. Oh no, because he had Maria.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I guess he did.
Because
he did just come from TNA. I forgot about that.
And yeah, Mike Bennett and Eli Drake were kind of
The same footing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Mike Bennett did he ever win the Impact World title?
Oh, who knows?
I don't think he did.
I don't know. But he was in Japan.
Yeah, in wrestling Ring of Honor for a long time.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that, and that kind of went over with the crowd as like who. But then they knew who Maria was, and they had a very distinct, like their gimmick immediately was like easily digestible.
Yeah, whether it appealed to anybody is another thing entirely.
No, that's that's not another thing. That's a firm no.
Oh, I kind of
no,
liked
I
it.
liked it. I liked it. I'm just saying, like given like via audience reaction.
Oh yeah, no.
Nobody was asking for that to come back.
But if
Which
he had
is a shame, he's jacked now.
Yeah, no, he looks great.
Yeah, they should give him another run.
Oh yeah, Eli Drake though, he's really good on the mic.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic. I love Eli Drake.
And him coming out for a Miz TV segment, trading insults with the Miz would be wildly entertaining.
I'm bummed out he didn't sign with NXT. That was the rumor going around. I'm bummed out that never happened.
Said multi-year deal.
Yeah, I like Eli Drake.
Yeah.
I wonder what a multi-year deal means.
Well, it means more than 1 year.
I know that. I mean, like, didn't we hear that Impact was doing like day deals?
Changed your mind, I guess.
I mean,
are you gonna try to make a case for Miz showing up in Impact, or are you just gonna admit that?
No,
All
there's no. He's not gonna show up on Impact.
No.
If he
see the Miz strikes me as a guy that if he can't be on WWE, he's not gonna wrestle.
He's not gonna wrestle. No, not at this point. No, he'll go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he'll find a role someplace.
Oh yeah.
Probably like on a TNT original.
Oh, he'd be good on that to start. Yeah.
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 Like in
or
a
no, he could
supporting
be on
role.
the next season of Unsolved. Like imagine him taking Josh Duhamel's place. Right?
Oh man, no.
Yeah.
He's more like on Suits, or the other one that's like Suits, blue collar.
Okay.
Or is it white collar?
No, it's blue collar.
Is it?
I think.
I thought it was white collar.
I don't know. I don't watch much television.
Is it either of them?
There's a show with collar in the name. Pretty sure.
Maybe he can join Ashton Kutcher on the ranch.
No, terrible idea.
No, he can do the Danny Masterson character because didn't they boot him because he had a bunch
so.
of lawsuits or something?
Something.
Yeah, give him a Netflix original.
That'd be good.
Have him do more like Santa dog movies.
Oh, Ref.
Yeah, have him do more dog movies. He could be like the new king of dog movies.
There you go.
He could be the new. Who's the guy
He
in the
could be
Beethoven
the
movies?
foundation of the Air Bud franchise.
Who's the old dude in the Beethoven movies who had like a illustrious TV career? James Cronin. No.
No, Charles Grodin?
Charles Grodin. I was thinking our friend Joe Cronin and putting him and James Grodin together. James Cronin. Oh man! In any event, Miz dog movies. That's where his future lies.
There you go. All right, that's Matt Chat for
Do you
today.
think Miz is going to be a breakthrough actor?
I don't know.
He kind of feels like he can and cannot.
I know. Like you see him in the ring and you think, okay, I can see this, how this would translate. But then other times you see him in there, it's like, no. Now sometimes you see him do something, he's like, no, this guy's a professional wrestler.
Right. Yeah.
But then sometimes you see him, he's like, oh, maybe there's potential there.
But he ain't. No, if he's not on the road for the WWE, he's not on the road.
Oh, I know.
Or like some big acting
I know.
role. He's not going to go Ring of Honor. He's not going to show up PWG.
No, not at all.
That'd be great though. Anyways, that's it for Matt Chat. What a fun episode. Thanks so much to our patrons for chipping in their valuable money and their amazing videos.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
It helps Going in Raw
Immensely.
continue to go in Raw. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.